Here is a detailed of General Qasem Soleimani's life, career, and family background. General Qasem Soleimani, life, career, and family background. Early life and family background. Here is a focused section on General Qasem Soleimani's early life and Sonomi. Early life and family background, birth and hometown. Full name: Qasem Soleimani, also spelled Qasem or Qasem Soleimani. Date of birth: March 11, 1957. Place of birth: Qanat Malek, a small, remote mountain village in Rabur County, Kerman Province, southeastern Iran. Family background: ethnicity: Persian. Religion: 12er Shia Muslim. Family status: Soleimani came from a poor, rural farming family. His father, Hassan Soleimani, worked as a laborer and farmer. His mother was a homemaker, known to be deeply religious. Qasem had several siblings, including at least one brother named Sohab Soleimani, who also served in the Iranian security apparatus. Upbringing: his family struggled economically. As a result, Qasem began working in construction as a teenager to help pay off his father's debts. Despite limited formal education, he was noted for his strong physical stamina, personal discipline, and religious devotion from a young age. Religious and national identity: growing up in post-colonial Iran, Soleimani was influenced by Shia Islamic values, the oppression of rural poor classes, the brewing resentment against the monarchy Pahlavi regime. He was a strong supporter of Ayatollah Khomeini's Islamic movement in the 1970s, which would soon lead to the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Here is a detailed look at General Qasem Soleimani's early adult life. Early adult life: 1970s, 19,801. Leaving the village in his late teens. Around age 17, Qasem Soleimani left his rural hometown of Qanat Malek and moved to Kerman City, the provincial capital. There, he began working as a construction laborer to help repay his father's debts and support his family. Employment and physical training: Soleimani worked with the Kerman Water Organization, engaging in manual labor such as digging trenches and laying water pipes. He also took up bodybuilding, which helped build his tough physical presence, trait that later became part of his soldierly reputation. Political awakening: during the late 1970s, Soleimani became influenced by the growing revolutionary movement led by Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. Though not a political figure himself at the time, he admired the movement's anti-monarchy, anti-Western, and Islamic nationalist rhetoric. He quietly supported the Islamic Revolution, which eventually overthrew the Shah in 1979, joining the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps after the 1979 revolution. The new Islamic Republic created the IRGC as a parallel force to protect the new regime. Soleimani volunteered and joined the IRGC early in its formation. Despite having no formal military background, his loyalty, discipline, and religious commitment quickly earned him leadership roles. First military involvement: one of his earliest tasks involved suppressing Kurdish uprisings in western Iran and controlling unrest in the early revolutionary period. By the early 1980s, Soleimani was promoted to command units despite his youth and lack of formal training. Entry into the Iran-Iraq War: 1980 to 1988. When the Iran-Iraq War broke out in 1980, Soleimani was sent to the front lines. He proved himself a brave and strategic field commander, eventually becoming head of the 41st Sarela Division from Kerman. Summary of his early adult life: from construction worker to revolutionary soldier, from a poor village youth to a respected IRGC commander, his early struggles and deep sense of duty shaped the disciplined, austere persona he became known for throughout his life. Here's a detailed section on General Qasem Soleimani's military career and rise to power. Military career and rise to power: 1. Iran-Iraq War, 1980 to 1988. The crucible of command when Iraq invaded Iran in 1980. Soleimani, then a young IRGC recruit, volunteered for frontline duty. He quickly distinguished himself with bravery, discipline, and leadership under fire. Rose to become commander of the 41st Sarala Division, an IRGC unit, mainly composed of fighters from his home province of Kerman, fought in major battles such as Operation Fath al-Mobeen, 1982 Operation Ki Barnon for higher-risk reconnaissance missions and personally leading attacks. Result? By the war's end in 1988, Soleimani had become a respected war veteran and a rising star within the IRGC. Post-war years 1989 to 1997. Border security and anti-narcotics operations after the war. Soleimani remained in the IRGC, focusing on border security in southeastern Iran, near Afghanistan and Pakistan. He led operations to combat drug smuggling and armed gangs along the borders. This work gave him experience in unconventional warfare and intelligence operation skills he would use throughout his career. Appointment as Quds Force Commander 1998. In 1998, Soleimani was appointed commander of the Quds Force, the elite extraterritorial operations wing of the IRGC. The Quds Force is tasked with supporting Iran-aligned militias and insurgents, abroad, managing proxy wars, expanding Iran's regional influence through diplomacy, covert operations, and military aid. This was the turning point that turned Soleimani from a national war hero into a global military strategist. Strategic influence in the Middle East 2002-01. Lebanon. Hezbollah strengthened ties with Hezbollah. Iran's powerful ally in Lebanon helped provide arms and strategic guidance, especially during conflicts with Israel. Iraq: after the 2003 U.S. invasion of Iraq. Soleimani built influence among Iraq's Shia militias. Orchestrated operations against U.S. forces through proxy groups, played a key role in shaping post-Saddam Iraq's political landscape in Iran's favor. Syria. Soleimani was central to Iran's intervention in the Syrian civil war. From 2011 onward, he organized and led forces supporting Bashar al-Assad, including Iranian troops, Hezbollah fighters, and Iraqi militias. Personally appeared on the battlefield, which enhanced his legend among loyalists. Yemen provided support to the Houthi rebels in their fight against the Saudi-led coalition. Fight against ISIS 2014 to 2017, when ISIS threatened Iraq and Syria. Soleimani emerged as a key player in organizing ground resistance, worked closely with Iraqi popular mobilization forces, coordinated with Kurdish and Shia forces, played a pivotal role in lifting the siege of Amerli and retaking Tikrit and Mosulis as a symbol of Iranian power by the late 2010s. Soleimani was considered Iran's most powerful military commander, second only to the supreme leader in influence over Iran's foreign and defense policy. Maintained close ties with Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who often praised his strategic wisdom. International sanctions and designation. The U.S. government designated the Quds Force a terrorist organization in 2007. Soleimani himself was sanctioned by the U.S., EU, and UN for his role in arms proliferation and supporting terrorism. Despite this, he continued to operate globally through a network of allies and militias. Here is a comprehensive look at Qasem Soleimani's role as commander of the Quds Force. 1998 to 2020 * Quds Force Commander. 1998 to 2020. What is the Quds Force? The Quds Force is an elite unit within Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC. It handles clandestine operations, foreign military strategy, and proxy warfare beyond Iran's borders. Responsibilities include supporting allied governments and militias, conducting intelligence operations, engaging in asymmetric warfare, cyber, guerrilla, covert, expanding Iran's geopolitical reach, especially across the Middle East. Soleimani's appointment, 1998. In 1998, Qasem Soleimani was appointed commander of the Quds force. At the time, the force was relatively low profile, but Soleimani transformed it into one of the most powerful arms of Iranian foreign policy. He reported directly to Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, enjoying exceptional autonomy and influence. Key operational theaters and activities: 1. Lebanon, strengthening Hezbollah, provided training, weapons, and strategic planning to Hezbollah. Iran's proxy in Lebanon helped strengthen Hezbollah's role as both a military power and political actor. Supported Hezbollah's resistance against Israel, especially during the 2006 Lebanon War. Iraq, post-2003. Invasion after the U.S. invasion of Iraq in 2003. Soleimani expanded Iranian influence through backing Shia militias like the Badr Organization, Asub al-Haq, and Kataib Hezbollah, orchestrating attacks on U.S. and coalition forces using these proxy groups, shaping post-Saddam governance by influencing Iraqi politicians and the military. He was viewed by many as the real power broker behind the scenes in Iraq. 3. Syria. Supporting the Assad regime played a central role in preserving Bashar al-Assad's regime during the Syrian civil war, directed joint operations involving Iranian troops, Hezbollah fighters, Iraqi and Afghan Shia militias, Russian air support, planned and executed key offensives, including the retaking of Aleppo. Often appeared personally on front lines to boost morale and command forces. 4. Yemen. Houthi rebels assisted in arming and advising Houthi rebels during Yemen's civil war. Helped turn the Houthis into a formidable force against the Saudi-led coalition, further escalating Iran-Saudi tensions. Here is a detailed account of General Qasem Soleimani's personal life. Personal life of General Qasem Soleimani. 1. Marital status and family. Married. Qasem Soleimani was married, though his wife remained largely out of the public eye. Children. He had 4 children, including at least 2 daughters and 2 sons. Some sources mention 1 son and 3 daughters. Among them, his daughter Zainab Soleimani is the most publicly known. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Millet.